Welcome to all. Note, this video is for educational purpose only, no copyright infringement. This copyright belongs to its rightful owner. Credit goes to respective image, content provider and video music composer. So good afternoon friends. In this lecture we are going to discuss the chapter number 7 from FY BSc class and the structural and physiological adaptation in Platyhelminthes. So myself Dr. H.J. Party, working as assistant professor in Department of Zoology, Maharaja Jivajirao Shinde Mahavidyalay, Srigonda district, Ahmednagar. So the parasitic adaptations are the adaptations which helps to survive this parasite within the host body. And basically there are two types of parasitic adaptation, and these are structural adaptations and physiological adaptation. Out of these, the structural adaptations are nothing but the adaptation that takes place within the body of the parasite that will help these parasites to survive within the harsh host environment. And these structural adaptations are degeneration, that is nothing but some of the body parts undergoes degeneration to which will helps the parasite to survive, and these degenerations are the locomotion, that is absence of locomotion, then nutrition, nervous system and sense organs. Then another structural adaptation that takes place within the body of parasite is new formation, that is a newly formation of or development of some structures, and these are protective coverings, organs of attachment, then organs of penetration, then presence of sectorial pharynx and well developed reproductive system. This is about the structural adaptations that takes place within the parasitic body. In another view, there are some physiological adaptation that also takes place within the parasite body, and these are protective mechanisms. Then they have osmoregulation, special osmoregulation, then anaerobiosis, then neoteny, high fertility, egg transfer or infective stage transfer. And this is the physiological adaptation that takes place within the parasitic body. Let us see one by one. First of all, the structural adaptation, in which the degeneration. Now the locomotion, that is a loss of organ of locomotion in parasitic forms, because there is no need to move this parasite for different kind of purposes, because everything will be gated there in the host. The cilia in Miraxidium larvae as well as tail in Cercadia is absent. Then about their organ of nutrition, organs of nutrition in parasitic form are reduced. There is a presence of incomplete gut. Then they have a sectorial pharynx in trematodes. A mouth and alimentary canal is absent. The nervous system is of simple type, and the sense organs are lost in parasitic form, while tango receptor are present in free living form. Then there are some structures that are newly formed within the parasitic body, so that the parasite easily survive within the host, and these are presence of protective covering. These coverings are several layered thick protective cuticle which will protect the parasite from the gastric juices secreted by the host. Then they also have organs of attachment. For example, they have a suckers, hooks, spines. These are the adhesive organs that will helps to stuck up this parasite within the host body. Then these parasites also have a sectorial pharynx, which is useful for suction of liquid food in the intestine, and the intestine of this parasite is also branched. Then these parasitic forms have a well developed or highly developed reproductive system and able to produce a huge number of eggs. This is about the newly formed structures or new formation that takes place within the parasitic body. Then there are some physiological adaptations, and these are the protective mechanisms, which is stimulation of gut wall for the secretion of the mucus. Then they have ability to secrete the anti-enzyme which will neutralize the digestive enzyme secreted by the host body itself. Then they have capability or ability to continuously renew a body covering. Then they also have a presence of Lyme cells which will neutralize the acid which is secreted by the host body. Then they have ability to maintain the osmotic pressure of body fluid which is same as that of host, that is osmoregulation. And in intestinal tapeworm, osmotic pressure is slightly higher than the surrounding. Then they have ability to tolerate the pH and which ranges from 4 to 11, that is anaerobiosis. Then they have ability to extract the oxygen from the food stuff, and energy obtained, they obtain the energy from the glycogen by the process called as fermentation. Then neoteny, this is nothing but the larva parasites are able to produce their young ones, that is the capability of reproduction, which will increases their number within the host body. Then they have high fertility rate, that these are parasites having enormous fertility for producing millions of fertile eggs. And lastly, they have ability to transfer the egg or infective stages, which is carried out by the contamination of or inoculation.